August 16, 2025. A major U.S. military force arrives in the Caribbean, not for training, but to confront a threat the U.S. says it can't ignore. Over 4,000 Marines and sailors are now deployed to disrupt drug cartels, using these waters to traffic illegal substances toward America. This marks a dramatic shift in U.S. policy, following the Trump administration's decision to label major Latin American cartels as global terrorist organizations. That designation allows the U.S. military to act against these groups with unprecedented force. The Pentagon's new priority: defend the homeland by sealing borders against threats like drugs and human trafficking. U.S. forces aim to intercept narcotics at their source, far from American shores. For Caribbean nations, the arrival of U.S. warships brings hope for less cartel violence, but also concerns about sovereignty and conflict. The calm blue waters are now a stage for high-stakes confrontation. The world is watching as the U.S. military prepares to challenge the drug trafficking networks head-on. This operation is about more than just drugs. It's about sending a message to criminal empires. The stakes are high, and the outcome uncertain. The next chapter in the war on drugs begins here. The Southern Caribbean is more than a tourist paradise. It's a superhighway for drug traffickers. Its geography, scattered islands, hidden coves, and open water, makes it ideal for smuggling. Fast boats, small planes, and even homemade submarines move drugs from South America to North America and Europe. Today, Mexican cartels like Sinaloa and Venezuelan groups such as Transnational dominate these routes. They use advanced tech, encrypted devices, GPS, and hidden cargo to stay ahead of law enforcement. Local gangs and corrupt officials help them, spreading violence and instability. The U.S. isn't just fighting a border problem, it's a regional crisis. The impact is devastating. Addiction and overdose deaths in the U.S., violence and corruption in transit countries. Cartel money undermines governments and the rule of law. The U.S. now aims to shut down the entire drug highway, not just intercept shipments at the border. It's a high-tech, high-stakes game of cat and mouse across thousands of miles of ocean. The challenge cartels adapt quickly, forcing constant innovation from authorities. The mission is clear: disrupt the flow at its source. The outcome could reshape the region. The U.S. has sent its most capable assets to the Caribbean. At the core, the Iwo Jima Amphibious Ready Group, a fleet of warships carrying thousands of Marines, helicopters, and landing craft. Destroyers, a guided missile cruiser, and a nuclear-powered submarine add muscle and surveillance. P-8 Poseidon spy planes patrol the skies, tracking suspicious activity and relaying intelligence in real time. The 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit stands ready for boarding operations and raids, working alongside the U.S. Coast Guard. This force forms a formidable net to catch smugglers at sea. Marines bring overwhelming force, while the Coast Guard provides interdiction expertise. The operation relies on coordination, speed, and advanced technology. The goal: intercept traffickers before they reach U.S. shores. It's a show of strength and a warning to the cartels. The U.S. targets are no ordinary criminals. They're narco-terrorist organizations. Sinaloa Cartel and Transnational are global criminal empires, armed and organized like militaries. Sinaloa's network moves synthetic opioids like fentanyl, fueling a deadly crisis in the U.S. Transnational, born in Venezuelan prisons, now traffics drugs and people across the region with brutal violence. These groups corrupt officials, destabilize governments, and threaten U.S. national security. The U.S. now treats them as enemy forces, not just law enforcement targets. The message: the era of impunity is over. The stakes: American lives, regional stability, and the future of the Caribbean. The U.S. military is here to confront and defeat them. Experts warn this operation carries serious risks. Marines are trained for combat, not law enforcement, raising the risk of dangerous mistakes at sea. Coordination with the Coast Guard is crucial, but challenging. Cartels are heavily armed, clashes could escalate quickly, risking a wider conflict. Regional governments are wary of U.S. military presence, recalling a history of intervention. Some fear this could damage diplomatic ties and spark political backlash. Cartels may simply shift routes, making this a costly, temporary fix. Without addressing root causes, drug demand and production, the operation may not deliver lasting results. Is this show of force the answer, or just another chapter in a long, difficult war?